What's going on, guys? So I'm going to be working the major, third major in a row, thing I'm extremely hyped about. I'm just excited in general to be back doing some long CS events again. Oh, it's going to be a good one. Now it's time for me to do my pick'ems. Now I do go for some wild picks. I always have. I got diamond coin the last time before. Obviously Navi won it. Probably going to win it again. We'll have to see when it comes to the next stage and what I'll do with that video as well. But this is the challenger stage, so these are my predictions. I'm going to give my thoughts on what I think is going on with this and how it should go down. We'll have to see how it all works out. Now, looking at this, right? We've got ENTS, G2, Force, Astralis, Vitality, MIBR, Imperial, my boys on Bad News Eagles, Eternal Fire, Spirit, Outsiders, Complexity, IHC. They looked pretty good during the Asia. They actually looked better than any other team during the Asia thing. They beat Renegades 2-0, which is wild. Then Renegades, they still just about made it. They beat Tyloo, Team Liquid, and 9Z. Now let's start with some of the easy ones. Now 3-0. Normally you don't go for like a Vitality or an Astralis or an ENTS to go 3-0 because you think, you know what, one of them will mess up in a best of one. Some craziness could happen for sure. And like, well, we're just going to have to wait and see. I'm going to go for the wildness, I think. I'm going to have to try and do this. I actually think that maybe a Vitality or ENTS, I don't think Astralis will go 3-0, but I think a Vitality or ENTS could go 3-0. And this one's important. To try to get this right, it's like, there's no such thing as a sure thing when it comes to the major. Vitality were looking a lot better. Like the teams they lost out to were like really good teams. So like, and Vitality is still going through their woes. But I also think like their map pool's a bit odd as well. And actually, what I'm going to do this, I'm going to get up the matchups on here. So like Vitality are playing Complexity in a best of one. There should be no way Vitality lose to Complexity. Then you've got Astralis taking on IHC. Like, cool. I actually should not be upset there, but I actually hit pretty hard. And then I said ENTS as well. ENTS are going up against 9Z. Oh, I'm going to put 9Z. I'm going to put ENTS as my 3-0 in that one. But 9Z can also fight. I'm so torn between ENTS and Vitality. Do I go for believing in easy friends, or do I go for the Vitality pick? I'll go for the easy friends. I'll stick with them. Now, I do think Vitality are going to make it through. Honestly, with Vitality right now, they've got a lot of problems in the sense that the communication hasn't been there. Zyros took a little bit longer to get started this year. You can see that there's a lot of struggles in the team because I think the way that like Apex leads, and he's become a great in-game leader, we can't take that away from him. But like, first of all, he's been fine at speaking English, isn't the problem. But what people have to remember, in such fast communication, it's not so easy to switch to a language that isn't your native language. And you've also only played on French teams before. But it is a thing where you think Vitality, like, you should be making it through to the next stage as well. And the positives is like the game against FaZe, I really had them down on that. I was like, oh my, like, they're looking so much better. And they were actually starting to challenge top teams because honestly, I thought at times when they're playing, like, I thought they would get 2-0 by FaZe. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt there. Now G2, I'm loving my boy m0NESY all the time anyway. I do think there's a lot of issues with this team. I do think that, like, I think m0NESY right now, Hunter, Nico, no problem at all. Jax, he has his up and downs, but I'm just not sure. Like, when we interviewed Alexi, when they qualified, he did say, like, sometimes it seems like they're not on the same page, like he doesn't have the full control he needs, like there's a lot of voices going on. I just want him to lead in a way that's like, he just takes the full control and goes with it. So they should get it through on this one. Now Astralis. Coming to Astralis. They didn't qualify at the Blast Showdown, but they put up a fight. It did bother them. Full focus on the major now. They're literally taking no days off and going straight into just hardcore practice and getting themselves ready. Farley is looking really good. Farley is top. BlameF has been so consistent. But BlameF in an interview said to me that I basically questioned him on Config's consistency. And he was like really adamant that it's like, he is consistent. And I'm looking at results, and there are some games where Config just isn't there. Now, he is playing this aggressive kind of counter. Sometimes he can get shut down. He's entering, you know. But like, some of them games where he does drop off, it's like so bad that maybe it's a confidence thing or something like that. But we'll have to wait and see. I think they'll get through. Next up, MIBR. Now, the actual MIBR is looking good now. Imperial's in there as well. BNE, I'm going to start on my boys because they're next through going through. Bad News Eagles seem to be the most motivated team right now. Like, These are my boys. I backed them all the way when people didn't think they were going to do it. They have the passion. They have Escobar's mansion that they're basically a fan decided to let them have the mansion to play in and boot camp from. Because remember, these guys come from the internet cafes. They haven't got a sponsor or an org, right? I think they've got one sponsor at the moment, but they don't have an org. They're not like as heavily kitted out as a lot of these other teams. So yeah, I'm going to give them this bit. Bad News Eagles, they can do the damage. Who's their opening fight against as well? Let's see. They're playing Eternal Fire. They should definitely win against Eternal Fire. I'd actually put, yeah, that's it. They're getting their first game. Easy from there on out. Not true, but it is the major. Yeah, BNE, I like a lot of that. They're very aggressive. They struggle to close out games because when I was talking to Rigon about it, he was basically telling me, look, sometimes we just, our communication gets bad, or like we get so hyped and like then we're kind of running out of ideas on things. These are things you can learn, but remember, none of these guys have played like super top level. This is a dream journey for them. They could make a Cinderella run. If they get to the next stage, that's insane. And also, just being at the major, you guys have got to think of the sticker money. This is life-changing for these boys. So I'm going to continue to back them. You've got to say all the way for these guys. Now, Eternal Fire, not sure if they're going to make it yet. We'll have to see what teams get down to. Team Spirit, I can't make a decision on that. I'm not actually a fan of this new Team Spirit. Bring back Sum Da-young. Outsiders, they just about qualified. Yakinda's now going. Like, I can't be confident in that. I'd love to see Complexity make it, but I'm still not 100% sure. IHC is a pick that, like, they can do some damage. They got some heavy hitters. They play in Europe, by the way, on like 100+ ping, because that's better practice, and they 5-stack face it, because obviously a lot of teams won't play with them like top level when you've got that ping. But these guys, like I said, it's just better than them playing to Asia. I think they get like 80 or 90 ping to the Chinese servers, or they go to the Europe servers for 100+, and obviously you're probably getting better opponent level. And these guys are grinding. Renegades, like, if I'm not putting IHC through, I'm probably putting Renegades then to that 0-3, sadly. Sponge is going to hate me. Now, Liquid. Oh, I'm at a loss with these. Because also, they were in the Blast Showdown. They didn't make it through. We saw an all-Brazilian star-studded lineup go through. But Shox was playing from North America. We're back in Europe now. I don't know. They're going to the facility. They're going to Team Liquid's facility. And they're going to boot camp there. I'm not sure for how long it'll be. They also obviously want to stay with their families and stuff at the same time. But I got to give Liquid the benefit of the doubt with the players they have and the tenure there. Like, OC, we can definitely rely on. Alige is just, mate, Alige is like one of the biggest brain players in the world. Like, he learns so much details about the game. It's crazy. When I did an interview years ago when the Krieg and Org meta came in, and it was like literally it just swap had just happened, and it was funny as hell because I remember talking with him and I said to him, like, what does he think about it? He literally listed the numbers and stats, and I was like, damn, dude, you've really looked into all of this. He's like, yeah, I know how to use this. I'm gonna like, and he was straight on it. So I'm gonna give him. You got Shoxy on there, right? Nitro obviously's come back in, and he's actually not doing badly anymore. He's getting adjusted to the meta. We spoke to him on an interview about that as well and how he was feeling. So now I've got 2 more slots that are gonna make it through. Oh, this is where it gets hard. I just don't believe in Spirit right now. I want to believe in Outsiders, but like Yakinda again, he ain't gonna be there. I'd love to see Complexity go through because it's another North American team. Let's just do my... Okay, so Renegades, right? I think it's a good team. I think they have won everything of the last 17 event qualifiers that have been in their region out in Australia. So they're always doing that. But, like, I expected them to win their region, and IHC did. And that's nothing against IHC. It's like you think of Renegades have had experience at bigger events against Tier 1 teams, and they still didn't do it. So I think IHC will still cause a win. They will get an upset somewhere. I feel like Renegades is going down and out, boys. I think it's I'm sorry. I'm sorry, boys. Now, MIBR or Imperial. Now, the thing is, at this stage, it's just a studio environment again. MIBR are looking really good. Imperial, they made it, but I'm not impressed by their map pool. Then you got Eternal Fire that, like, maybe they could. Really depends on how these matchups and stuff are going to go. Oh, boy. Like I said about Spirit, just not the ones for me right now. Complexity also looks so bad at Show. Oh, why is this? The Showdown's messing with my head because obviously they played against other South American teams and teams within their region, and they just were not good. But then when I've seen them on European soil, it's like it's kind of been fine. Oh man, I'm so confused. This is actually difficult. Anyone that's doing your pick'ems right now, you understand that this is like the thing you have to do. And it's always going to be hard. It's always a risk in some way. Because something always happens at the major, you know. Some crazy upset. So I'm going to look down Complexity's results here. Complexity's results. They lost 2-0 to MIBR, you know. They did make it to the Dallas qualifier. They won, got a slot there. In second place to Liquid. Then you bomb out the Showdown. It's like... fourth at the Americas RMR as well. So MIBR qualified above them. And then like you look at like what MIBR's been doing. MIBR right now, in the Showdown they lost 2-0 to Plane, but they beat Complexity last time at the Showdown again. They lost out on the Dallas qualifiers. So these teams are playing each other so much because there's so like little pool of like top tier talent in America right now. Oh fuck it. I'm gonna believe in MIBR, man. I'm gonna believe MIBR get this done. Now I've got one more spot. The thing is with Imperial, this is like Fallen, you know, Fur, FNX. I want to see Imperial go through. By the way, it's really weird, but I see MIBR and I look at Imperial, I think of the teams. But also, we know that we don't know yet if it's Peacemaker that's going to be cut out of the major because of what he potentially could have done. The ESEC report came out today. But, you know, ugh. Oh, this is hard. Imperial. Let's see how you boys are doing. God bless HLTV. They were pretty good. They lost 2-1 in the Dallas qualifier to 9Z. But then they beat Cruzerio. Then they beat 9Z. The thing is for me, right, I'm just going to go on their stats. And I'm going to come back to this map pool. But the map pool's not great. Overpass looks good. Inferno. Mirage. But like all the other maps, I'm not sold on it. Oh. Thing is, maybe Outsiders, because the Kinder's leaving and he's open to offers, just like goes and pops off, and I should just put Outsiders there now. Why is the last spot so hard, man? I still don't think Eternal Fire are going to make it. I can't see it, man. I was surprised they even made it to the major. Like, and the thing is, I don't even need to look at Spirit's results because I just don't believe in that team, so I can't pick them. But it's like they just about qualified. So they lost to FaZe. They beat Dignitas in overtime. They lost to Vitality. It's pretty tough. They beat Fnatic. Fnatic's dead team. OG. They beat 2-0. The OG one's pretty legit. Then everything else is like, they can take that. They can take some rounds off teams. Yeah, they lost to Apex at the IM Dallas qualifier, and they lost to Copenhagen Flames at the IM Dallas qualifier. Yeah, I can't be picking them, man. Eternal Fire, you gotta go. I'm sorry. Spirit, I said I don't believe in. Like, I'm basically sat between Outsiders and Complexity because I don't think Imperial are going to be able to do it. Who have I got more faith in? A team with a player that's going to be leaving, or a team that seems to be struggling? Like, literally, in the Complexity game, the thing that got me is they had a tech issue, and they said, like, we think that affected us. Fair enough, but you get tech issues all the time. You can't let that affect you, man. You can't let you affect you at all. Oh, this is not the one. Why is this so hard, man? Fuck it. Outsiders going in. I believe in Yakinda wanting to show his best form in the major because he's going to go, you know what, guys? Even though we're fucked as a team, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I did my best rock impression. I need help, man. And I think that, like, he wants to show his best form, wants to get picked up by another team. Plenty of teams will be interested. He'll literally make any team he joins better. Top 10 teams in Europe could benefit from him. I'd even say FaZe. But they're winning right now, so probably don't change that. yeah, I think Outsiders, they can get to the next stage. So that means Forza, you're not making it. Imperial, you're not making it. Eternal Fire, you're not making it. Spirit, you're not making it. Complexity, you're not making it. IHC, I love you boys. I'm also buying stickers because the logo's cool as hell. But it is going to be hard. It is going to be very hard for you. And 9Z, I love the 9Z boys. Zach, super coach, incredible guy, super positive all the time. But it's just going to be a rough ride for you. So I think one South American team, one North American team, and then all of our European glory. It is done. Pick'ems have been selected. We'll see you on the next video.